Welcome to this quick tip on how to handle one-star reviews or bad feedback. I actually own a hospitality business, but I see this in businesses all over the show that rely on Google, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever for good reviews. And the same can be said for Airbnb and side hustles and things you may have in your own life. And we do rely on one-star review. We don't rely on one-star reviews, 5-star reviews for traction. And if we get a 1-star review, it's like the world ends and we get all excited, and I see people actually get consumed. I love looking at 1-star reviews. I challenge you to have a crack at looking at Google at some businesses and have a look at 1-star reviews and the responses that people give to a 1-star review. You can tell it is just consuming them, keeping them up at night, and they feel like they have to combat this person that has done this. The thing is, like, there's some nut jobs out there. Like, there's no other way to describe it, but some people actually go out of their way to just write 1-star reviews wherever they go. I was picking up my wife from the airport in Sydney, and I was looking for directions to the airport in Sydney because I didn't know where I was going. And I just noticed reviews under the bottom, and I thought, airport reviews, this could be interesting. There were 1-star reviews there from people who had flown internationally and had walked out the door and it was cold outside, and they had not been warned by the airport that it was going to be less than 10 degrees. So they gave the airport a 1-star review. Someone else was calling the airport racist because they had no non-smoking areas. I mean, racism and smoking, interesting combo. And this is why you have to realize that everyone has their own version of the world. I called them nut jobs, but everyone has their own version of the world. This comes about because when we're little and kids, we install beliefs from our parents, belief systems from our parents and the people around them, our teachers, our coaches. We label events as they occur in our younger life and we take them into our senior life. And that is why we interpret these 1-star reviews sometimes as an insult on us, an insult on our business. We worry about them. We think, how is this going to affect business? And we start to, I call it horribilize. We start to horribilize this 1-star review, and we think that basically no one is going to do business with us because they're going to read this thing. Well, it's actually wrong. Some people might read that 1-star review and just think exactly like you. Actually, there's something wrong with that person. My advice is you can gamify your responses, right? I actually look forward to 1-star reviews because I find it fun to find what I think is a funny response, but my wife doesn't think it's that funny sometimes. But if I get a 1-star review, I will research the thing and make sure that whatever I'm replying is factual. If it is something that I feel like I have to disprove and that I am correct, not because I think I'm correct, but because the person doesn't know what they're talking about. Because in my hospitality business, everyone is a chef, right? Everyone who walks through my door is an expert on food, an expert on workflow systems. They will talk about things like the food quality or whatever it might be. That quite often they're quite misinformed or uneducated, especially to do with seasonal things. So I gamify it, and that makes it fun for me. So I look forward to a 1-star review, and I would challenge you to do the same. Think about, and it could be bad feedback in relation to your job as well. Is it really that bad? And is the thing that person is saying, is that actually what they mean, right? Because we all place our own meanings on things. It's like the person who talks to you with their arms folded and they say, oh man, he was like really gruff and he stood there with his arms folded and he just looked like he wasn't interested. That person with their arms folded, is it possible that they are actually cold? Or is it possible that they fold their arms because it's just a comfortable thing for them to do? I also talk about the fact that I beat my wife up every morning. What does that actually mean? Does that mean that I assault my wife every morning? Or does that mean that I actually get out of bed 5 minutes before she does? What I'm trying to do here is unlock the possibilities to what that thing means, that feedback means, and that 1-star review, what they actually mean. They are going through a different experience than we are. They've probably walked through the door with a negative mindset. If you have a look at their reviews that they've done on other businesses, they potentially are a recidivist 1-star reviewer, and they get significance because they do these 1-star reviews, or potentially they feel like they're getting connection, because if they do a 1-star review, they get a response. They love poking people. So what I'm saying is 1-star reviews, don't let them get you down. They're not that important. Think of a fun way to respond, or do you respond at all? Does it really matter? I hope you found this quick tip useful. I see a lot of businesses struggling to grow and scale, and especially this time of year as we hit the winter months in the Southern Hemisphere. If you're interested in growing your business, I do a program to unlock your potential, and we can work one-on-one over 4 months, or for the longer term, we can set goals to increase your revenue by 30%. If you're interested in how to grow and scale your business, then connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram as TheBusinessBloke is the handle there. Reach out to me on Facebook and we can catch up with you. Hope you're all getting amongst it. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.